There is a certain beauty to a tall ship, rare to see, but a marvel to take in. These historic boats are a wonder. So what's it like to work on one? Director of Production Tracy Duflo takes us inside a tall ship for more.
So the Sail Trainings Adventures program is a program through Bytown Brigantine, which is the charitable organization that runs this program. It provides an opportunity for youth from ages 12 and up to come to sea on either the sail training vessel Fair Jean or Blackjack, and learn how to sail in the traditional ways, with square-rigged sails, and develop teamwork, learn something about themselves, learn new skills, and at the end of the day, it's an introduction to the marine industry, and you can learn how to or develop the skills necessary to have a career in the marine industry.
Our smaller vessel Blackjack takes 12 to 14-year-olds, and our larger ship Fair Jean takes 14 to 18-year-olds. And we really just try to keep the traditions of tall ship sailing alive and teaching people all the lines and all the exciting stuff that goes on here.
Jacob Griffin joined Sail Training Adventures at just 13 years old. Since then, he's sailed with the program every summer for the past 5 years, working his way through many different positions on the tall ship.
Yeah, so the experience was amazing. My first experience was with Blackjack on the Ottawa River. I've met people, I've gone to places that I wouldn't go to before. I've been all over the Great Lakes. I've been up to as far as Georgian Bay. Everything on this ship is something new to learn the first time you step onto it. So I've learned how all of the sails work aboard the boats, how all the machines work aboard the boats. Lots and lots of stuff, and good life experiences too.
So some of the different programs that our teenagers and adolescents can take on board range anywhere from being a deckhand to being what we would call an engineer on board who looks after the engine and monitors temperatures and liquid levels, and can go on to actually receiving some Transport Canada certification. For the more experienced crew, as they develop through the program, they become watch leaders and assistant watch leaders and watch leaders, and up to the point where they can become a mate or even a master. In fact, some of our captains that we employ at times have gone through the program and now are masters of vessels. And yeah, so really it's a wide range of different programs you can take, and every year as your experience grows, you do a series of practical examinations that allow you then to move up to the next level.
If you're coming onto the boat for the first time, you're coming on as what's called a trainee, and that is our lowest level in our hierarchy, but you're in that position to learn and to try and work your way up through the program to the different levels that we have. So the first time you're on, you're not going to know very much, but it's the goal of the crew to have the trainees at the end of the session doing all of the sailing for the boat, which we tend to accomplish as much as we can, and it's always very fulfilling to see that for the crew. My role aboard the tall ship Fair Jean is I'm an SVMO, which stands for Small Vessel Machinery Operator, which puts me in charge of the tender for the boat, which are our small boats that we carry with us. It also puts me in charge of watchkeeping for the engine, as well as maintenance for the engine and maintenance for all of the systems on board the ship. So that's all the plumbing, all the electrical, the engines we carry, and various different pumps all over the boat.
It's amazing to look at our youth and how they're able to adapt very quickly. They may need a little prompting here and there, but you can really see a great difference once they gain some confidence in how they go about doing things and making an order or taking initiative to do something. And it's all about becoming independent. It's all about gaining that confidence to do things.
The crew of each tall ship lives and works on board for the summer.
It's not a very big sailboat. It's 34 meters. So the quarters are a little tight. You get to know each other very well. As long as everyone is very respectful and cleans up after themselves and works together, then it's like living in a large family in a small house.
You get to know people very well as you're living in a confined space with lots of people for an extended period of time. It's very fun though. You meet lots of new people, make good friends.
So a typical day would range from getting up in the morning, normally around 6 o'clock. All hands go to breakfast first thing. Normally we're at anchor overnight. Right now we're at anchor overnight. So we wake up, breakfast, and then we get up and we weigh anchor, hoist the sails, and start proceeding to our next port of call, wherever that may be, or anchorage area. There's a challenge. There's a lot of teamwork. We have no modern winches. Everything is done by hand and block and pulley. So it's a coordination from you. If you don't coordinate, you could have one person pulling on a line while another person is pulling on a line, and they're actually counteracting each other. So there's a lot of teamwork. There's a lot of moving equipment, and so the basic knowledge is needed to do that. And we'll do as much sailing as we can. We'll do several different types of seamanship events. We'll practice emergencies on board as well as someone falling overboard. We go to swimming stations frequently, especially in the summer when it's hot. And we even, depending on the program, carry a teacher who is able to offer high school credits. It's a fantastic experience. You get out, you see wildlife, you get to meet new friends, you learn new challenges. Climbing up a mast that's 80 feet high is a challenge, and we encourage everybody to try. However, if they don't want to do it, then we don't force anyone to do it. And there's no such thing as walking the plank or keel hauling anymore.